Hello and welcome to the ICSE 8 Maths tutorial. Albert Einstein says, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. अब आइए आपको कुछ लाइन सुनाता हूँ एक शायर की लिखी हुई। अर्ज क्या है? मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए तुझको दरिया तो समंदर तलाश कर। हर शीशा टूट जाता है पत्थर की चोट से, हर शीशा टूट जाता है पत्थर की चोट से, पत्थर ही टूट जाए वो शीशा तलाश कर, पत्थर ही टूट जाए वो शीशा तलाश कर। Now let's come to the point. The topic, today's topic is square root of a number, right? So square root of a number, let me explain to you what's the meaning of square root of a number. The square root of a number n, suppose the number is n, we are taking a number n. Now the square root of a number n is the number x. The square root of a number n is the number x such that if x is multiplied by itself, if x is multiplied by itself gives the number, that means n is equal to x into x. All right. So we write down here then n is equal to x square, and therefore x is equal to root n. Alright, so square root of a number. What did I say in the beginning? I said the square root of a number n, the square root of a number n is the number x. We got x. Is it okay? The square root of a number n is the number x such that if x is multiplied by itself gives the number n. X into x is equal to n. If this is true, then x is called the square root of the number n, and we write like this: square root of n is equal to x. This we read square root of n is equal to x, or root n is equal to x. Is that fine? Example, if I give you, suppose we write 9 is equal to 3 into 3. Alright, so in place of n we have 9. See this, 9 is equal to x into x. Then what can we say? Root 9. Root 9 is equal to 3. N is equal to x into x. So square root of n is equal to x. Square root of n is equal to x. So square root of 9 is equal to 3. Is that clear? It's so simple. If the definition you find difficult, it's okay, fine. You know this. You know that 4 into 4 is equal to 16. So therefore the square root of 16 is 4. If this is creating a problem, forget it. You know that 16 is equal to 4 into 4. Alright? That means square root of 16 is equal to 4. Root 16 is equal to 4. Root 16 is equal to 4. Root 16 is equal to 4. Alright? Fine? Okay. Now, we are going to learn how to find out the square root of a number by different methods. The first method is to find the square root of a number by repeated subtraction method. By repeated subtraction, the first method is. So please note down. Please note down. Please note down to find out the square root of a number by repeated subtraction. You please write down. The first method is by repeated subtraction. First is to find out the square root of a number by repeated subtraction. The name of the method is repeated subtraction. repeated subtraction. Alright, now what we do here in this method, it's very easy. You please listen to me what we do. I'm showing you that there are 3 steps that I'm showing you on the screen. Please see on the screen. The first point is, from the given square number, subtract 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. successively until you get 0. From the given number, you subtract 1, 3, 5, all these odd numbers, 7, etc. and so on, successively until you get 0. And the second point is, now count the number of times this subtraction is done. How many times you are getting 0? We are saying, okay, until we get 0. Alright. So then how many times we are doing the subtraction, that you count. So count the number of times the subtraction is done to get 0. Let this number be m, because n already we have supposed. Alright. So once again we cannot suppose n. So let this number be m. So we are counting the number of times the subtraction is done to get 0. Let this number be m. Alright. Now the third point is, the square root of the given number is m. This m. Alright. So these are the 3 steps. Alright. Now the first question we are taking. Write down the question. By repeated subtraction of odd numbers starting from 1, find if 121 is a perfect square or not. If yes, find its square root. 121. First of all, we have to see if it is a perfect square or not. If it is a perfect square, then we have to find out the square root of 121. Alright. So, if we get 0, after repeated subtraction, if we get 0, that means it is a perfect square, and then we will find out what is the square root of 121. Okay. So the actual number is, question is 121. Question is 121. This is the question. And by repeated subtraction method, we have to find out first, we have to check if it is a perfect square or not, and then we will find out the square root. Alright. So let's subtract. 121 minus 1 is equal to 120. See, it's very easy, understand. Now from 120 you will subtract 3. 1, 3, 5, 7, all these odd numbers. So from 120 now we are subtracting, from 120 we are subtracting 3. So we get 117. Now from 117 we subtract 1, 3, now 5. So then we get 112. Alright. We get 112. And then from 112 we subtract 5, then 7. And then we are getting how much? Is it 105? It is 105. Now from 105 we subtract, now from 105 we subtract, see, 1, 3, 5, 7, then the next number is 9. So we subtract 9. And then we are getting how much? Is it 96? 96. Now from 96 we are subtracting next number, 11. And we are getting how much? 85. Am I right? 85. Now from 85 we subtract 13 and get how much? 13, so 72. Is it 72? Now from 72, we subtract next number, odd number, 15. Next odd number 15, and then we are getting how much? 7 and 5. Okay, and now can I rub this? Yeah. Then we are getting 57 minus 15, then 17, and we get 40, and then 40 minus 21, is it 19? Sorry, 17, after 17, 19. So then we get 21, and then 21 minus next number will be 21. We are getting 0. Yes, we got 0. This is what we want. Now, this is one of the first points. No, you have you saw. The first point is from the given number, square number, subtract 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. successively until you get 0. Until you get 0. And the second point is you count the number of times the multiplication is done. The number of times the subtraction is done. Count the number of times the subtraction is done to get 0, and let this number be small m. One time subtraction, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, like that. Alright, so the number of times, how many times the subtraction is done, that number if we call m, and when we are getting 0, first of all we have to get 0. If we get 0, then we count the number of times the subtraction is done. If it is done m number of times, then m will be the square root of the given number. Alright, now here how many times we are doing the subtraction? I'm counting, see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times, starting from 121 minus 1. So when you watch this video, please write down those steps, then only you will be able to count it, because we deleted, no? So we started from 121 minus 1, then 120 minus 3, like that. Then next was 117 minus 5, like that. Alright, so you please note down all these steps and then count. You will see that you are getting 11 times, you are subtracting 11 times to get 0. Alright, so m equal to 11, and the third point is this 11 is the square root of 121. So two things are getting cleared. First, because we are getting 0, so it is a perfect square number, and after that the square root of 121 is 11, because 11 times we are subtracting. Okay, so after getting 0, we will write down. After this we'll write down. Please write down. So after this you write, we got 0. After repeated subtraction we get 0. Therefore 121 is a perfect square. After repeated subtraction we get 0. Therefore 121 is a perfect square. That is your question. Is a perfect square. Is a perfect square. And what is a square root? 11 times we have done the subtraction, 11 times. So therefore, square root of 121 is equal to 11. And you know that the square root of 121 is 11. This is your answer. What do you say, clear? It's so easy, very easy. Okay. Now one more question you please do. Write down. Find out the square root of 81 by the same method. 81. The next question is find out the square root of 81. No, 81 or 64. 64. Alright. Or if you want to take a smaller number, then 25 or 16. Very simple. Chalo, very simple. A very simple number. We are taking 16. Chalo, 16 we are taking. Let's understand. 16. Now first step is, again I am teaching you the same thing. 16 minus 1 is equal to 15. Now 15 minus 3 is equal to 12. Okay. Now 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. And then 7 minus 7 equal to 0. This is good for understanding point of view. We have taken a small number so that easily we can count the number of times we are doing subtraction to get 0. Alright, so see, we are subtracting. What are we subtracting? As in the beginning, when I was explaining, I told you we have to subtract 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. Alright. So 16 minus 1 is 15, then this 15 minus 3 is like this, and then we see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we have subtracted to get 0. Alright. So if someone is asking if this is a perfect square number, yes, it is a perfect square number because we are getting 0. And what is that square root? Square root of the number? The square root of the number is 4. Because 4 times we are subtracting. 4 times we are subtracting. Alright. So two things are clear. Because we will keep on subtracting until we get 0. Here we got 0, and so we are saying that therefore 16 is a perfect square number. Are you getting? I am answering the question if the given number is a perfect square number or not. After that we will find out the square root. First of all, we are answering the question if this given number is a perfect square or not. Because we are getting, after repeated subtraction, we are getting 0, so it is a perfect square number. And the square root of that number will be the number m, where m is the number of times the subtraction is done. How many times the subtraction is done? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So the square root of 16 is 4. Is that fine? Okay. Now next method is, the second method is finding the square root by prime factorization method. By prime factorization method. Second. By prime factorization method. Next is prime factorization method. Prime factorization method. Alright. By prime factorization method. What is it? Just I'm telling you. There are 3 steps that I'm showing you on the screen. Please look at the screen. There are 3 steps. Can you see? Yes. The first step is express the given number as the product of prime factors. Second, make pairs of the same prime factors. And then third, take one factor from each pair and multiply them together. The product so obtained is the required square root of the given number. Alright, so these are the 3 steps that we have to follow. Maybe the steps, when you read it, it's difficult, but practically when we do the question, it's very easy. It's very easy. Alright, so let's do one question. First question we are taking. Suppose 900. We have to find out. So write down question, write down. Find the square root. Write down. Find the square root of 900 by prime factorization method. Your question is, find the square root of 900. Again I am repeating, write down the question. Find the square root of 900 by prime factorization method. Now solution. See the solution. 900. Prime factorization, this you know. Prime factorization you know. You know it. See 900. 900. Right, so 2 4s are 2 5s are, alright, and again 2 2s are 2 5s are, now 3 7s are, and then 3 5s are, and again 3 2s are, 3 5s are, and then 5 5s are. Now you know you need not write down 5 here and 1 here. It's okay, fine. You can stop here. You can stop here. So then 900, you can, these are the prime factors. Alright, so this is the first step, no? You saw on the screen, the first point, the first step was express the given number as the product of prime factors. So we are expressing the given number, as the product of the prime factors. So that is 2 3 5 5. This is the first step. We are expressing the given number as the product of prime factors. This is the first point. Okay, now the second point is make pairs of the same prime factor. See, 2 and 2 same prime factor, 3 and 3 same prime factor, 5 and 5 same prime factor. So you make pairs. One pair, second pair, third pair. This is your second point, which you saw on the screen. Right. Now the third point is you have to take one number from each pair. Means you'll take 2 from here, 3 from here, and 5 from here. So take one factor from each pair and multiply them together. So you have written, you have seen on the screen I showed you, take one factor from each pair and multiply them together. The product so obtained is the required square root of the given number. Right? That's the theoretical part. Now practically, you are finding out the prime factors, you are expressing the number as the product of the prime factors, and then you are making the pairs, and then you are taking the square root of, then 900 is equal to 1 2 from here, 1 3 from here, and 1 5 from here. Alright, so 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. And you know the square root of 900 is 30. So this is your answer. This is your answer. I hope you understood it. Each and every question is same. Even if you have a fraction, that is also same. In fraction, if it is a mixed fraction, first of all you convert that fraction into improper fraction, and then find out the square root of numerator separately, find out the square root of the denominator separately, and then again you substitute. Alright, so that means this is the only thing that you need to understand, how to find out the prime factors. Once you understand how to find out the prime factors, then any question you can solve very easily. Alright, so let's do one more question. Find the square root of 441 by prime factorization method. Next question, 441. Next question, write down, find the square root. Next question, find the square root of 441. Find the square root of 441 by prime factorization method. 441. Okay, so let's do 441. 441. Now, as I told you, I messaged you. I told you that you should know how to. You should know all the tests of divisibility. Alright, then you can find out. You'll easily find out if this number is divisible by 2 or not, by 3 or not. Alright, otherwise you'll waste your time. So you should know the test of divisibility by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Alright, so 441. So we cannot divide 441. 441 is not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. Do you know why? Because see the sum 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. Because 9 is divisible by 3, therefore the number itself is divisible by 3. That's the condition of test of divisibility by 3. That I am not going to teach you right now here. One I told, but then every time I am not going to tell you here the test of divisibility that you should know. Please revise it from your lower class. what? Test of, there are many tests. So tests of divisibility. Alright, so here 441 is divisible by 3. Why? Because the sum of the digits 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 1 9. 9 is divisible by 3, therefore the number 441 is also divisible by 3. That is the condition of divisibility. By 3, test of divisibility by 3. Now 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, 2 and 1 21. So 3 7s are, right? Then again 3, 3 4s are 12 and 3 9s are 27. And then of course this 7 7s are, alright, and once again you need not write down your 7 1s are 7, it's okay, fine. So you can write down then, therefore 441 is equal to 3 into 3 into 7 into 7. Now make pairs, therefore square root of 441 is equal to 1 3 from here and 1 7 from here, and you are getting 21, which is the answer. What do you say? Is it okay? Understood? Clear? Write down next question. I hope everything is clear. Next question, write down. Find the square root of 8-2. Next question, write down. Find the square root of 8281. 8281. Find the square root of 8281. Find the square root of 8281 by prime factorization method. Okay, find out. Let us find out the prime factors. 8281. Let us find out. It's not divisible by 2, not by 3, not by 4, not by 5, not by 7. As 7, I think yes. By 7 it is divisible. Now the test of divisibility of a number by 7 that you should go through. You please see. I am not going to tell you that here. But it is divisible by 7. 7 1s are 7. 1 plus 2, 12. Then again 7 1s are 7. 5. 8 58. Then 7 8s are 56. 2 1 21. 7 3s are. So 1183 you are getting. And then again 7. Then you are getting 7 1s are, 7 6s are, 7 9s are. Alright. 169. 7 1s are 7, 5, 8, 7 6s are, 7 1s are 7. So 4. 4 and 8, 48. So 7 6s are 42. 48 minus 42, 6. 63. So 7 9s are 63. And this 13 into 13. Okay, that's it. Therefore root 8281 is equal to, no, first we have to express this as the factors, no, prime factors. So 7 into 7 into 13 into 13. Alright, now make pairs. Therefore, root 8281 is equal to 7 into 13. So you are getting 7 into 13, yes, and this gives you 91. 91 answer. What do you say? Clear? Okay. Now the one more question, and this is the last question. Last question for today, and the question is find the square root of. Next question. Can I rub? Next question. Find the square root of 967 upon 121. Okay, a mixed fraction. So first of all, you have to convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction, and then that is this into this into 9 and plus 67. 121 nines are, and what you are getting, you add 67 to that. So finally you are getting 1156. 1156 whole divided by 121. 121, you got this. Now you find out the square root of this separately, you find out the square root of this separately, and you know how to find out the square root of this and this separately by finding out the prime factors. Alright, so it's so easy. So let's find out 1156. 1156. 1156. Let's find out this. 1156. Okay, so 2 5s are, then 2 7s are, and then 2 8s are, 578, and then again by 2. 2 2s are 2, 8s are, and 2 9s are, and then this is 17 and 17, if you remember, 17 17s are. What do you say? 17 17s are. So you are getting, therefore 1156 is equal to 2 into 2 into 17 into 17. Make pairs. Therefore root 1156 is equal to 2 into 17. Alright, and that gives you 34. So you got 34. Now 121 is square root. Please find out 121. Find out here 121. 121. 11 11 the 121. Alright. Fine. Therefore 121 is equal to 11 into 11. Only one pair. So therefore root 121 is equal to 11. So we got the square root of 121 as 11. Therefore square root of this. Now see how to write down. Now we are going to wind up. This is the last question. Therefore square root of this is equal to square root of this, and that is equal to square root of 1156 whole divided by square root of 121. Alright, and this gives you, up numerator we are getting 34, and here we are getting 11. Alright, and that is equal to how much? 3 and 1 upon 11. 3 1 upon 11. This is the answer. This is the answer. What do you say? Clear? Is this clear? 3 1 upon 11 is the answer. 3 1 upon 11. Yes, right. I hope things are clear. Everything is clear. Now, one question you write as homework. It's okay, that I'll do in my next lecture. Okay then. So this was the last question for today. Now before we wind up, let me tell you one joke. Right? थक गए होंगे पढ़ते पढ़ते, तो आखिर में एक जोक सुन लीजिए और उसके बाद हम इसे ख़त्म करते हैं. ठीक है? सुनिए. पहले मैं आपको बता दूं वहम के बारे में. वहम का मतलब क्या होता है? जैसे कोई कहता है ना कि आपका वहम है, ये बात सही नहीं है, यानी सच का उल्टा, कुछ इस तरह का. तो आप सुनिए. टीचर कहता है, टीचर ने बच्चे से सवाल किया कि सच और वहम में क्या फर्क है. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सच एंड वहम. करेक्ट। तो स्टूडेंट जवाब देता है, सुनिएगा, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग जवाब है, सुन करके आपको जरूर हंसी आ जाएगी। सवाल एक बार और सुने। सवाल, उस्ताद टीचर पूछता है बच्चे से कि सच और वहम में क्या फर्क है। तो बच्चा जवाब देता है, स्टूडेंट जवाब देता है, सर आप हमें पढ़ा रहे हैं ये सच है, आप हमें पढ़ा रहे हैं ये सच है, और हम पढ़ रहे हैं ये आपका वहम है। समझे? तो हंसते रहिए, खुश रहिए। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक्स।